Hello. Today I am going to show you how to enter the information for your Trauma Physical Assessment Adult Individual Skill Evaluation, which appears in the yellow column of Table 2 of the Appendix G document. You will log into Platinum Planner utilizing the credentials that you entered when you set up your Platinum Planner and EMStesting.com access by clicking on the login link at the top right of the page. Once you log in, you will be directed to the PlatinumEd.com dashboard as you currently see on my screen. You will not have as many options as you see on my screen under the EMS Testing and Platinum Planner sections of the page. Under the Platinum Planner section of the dashboard, you will click on the Student Role link. You will be directed to the Student Home section of Platinum Planner. About halfway down the page, under the Items which may require attention area, you will find Labs, Scenarios, and Opportunities that require your attention. Labs are assessments that normally involve a specific skill. Scenarios are more comprehensive assessments of your psychomotor knowledge. And opportunities are your clinical and field shifts. You will click on the Lab is Ready to Document link. You'll be directed to the Student Manage Labs area of Platinum Planner. You want to click on the Edit Documentation section under the Actions column. You will now see all skills that are being assessed during that particular lab. For this video's purposes, we are going to pick the Trauma Physical Assessment Adult skill. According to Appendix G, you must complete and record 2 of these skills at a minimum. Once you click on the skill, you will see the green Add New Attempt button. Click on that button. A skill form box will pop up at this point with the components of that skill. Choose the time that you completed the skill, and for the purposes of today's lab, we will say that we completed the skill at 12:18. If applicable, you will choose the age of your patient. Next, you will choose the patient type. Your choices are Not Applicable, Cadaver, Live, which is a live human, Low Fidelity, which is a mannequin that does not contain computer components, and High Fidelity, which is a mannequin that contains computer components. Those are located at the simulation center. We will choose that we are doing a low fidelity mannequin. Next, you will choose your peer reviewer. For the purposes of this lab, we will choose My Instructor. For future labs, you may choose one of your peers, which is a fellow classmate. You will now choose and rate how the performance occurred on that skill. For the ease of use, the number 2 is already chosen for each component. If you feel that the rating should be less than a 2, please indicate that. Next, you will choose any critical criteria. Please note that if a critical criteria box is checked, that could warrant a failing grade. Now you as a student will evaluate yourself as either successful or unsuccessful. It is only unsuccessful if you earned less than 78% on the skill attempt. You may type in comments to the evaluator. Please make these comments constructive. Next, you will type in your evaluator's name. There is no need to put in the evaluator's signature. Finally, the attempt needs to be marked either successful or unsuccessful. Once again, it is only unsuccessful if you scored less than 78% of the total points awarded for that skill. Finally, you will click the Save button at the bottom right of the box. Now you are taken back to the Student Edit Lab documentation screen, and you notice that the skill that you just entered is listed here. You may enter another skill if needed. Once all of your skills have been entered for the lab night, you will click on the Submit Lab tab at the top of the page. You may type a message to your instructor if needed. Please read the statement about reviewing your documentation prior to submitting the lab and then click on the blue Submit Documentation button. I am not going to click on the Submit Documentation button because I have more skills to enter for this particular lab. Once you do click on the Submit Documentation button, the lab has now been submitted to either your instructor or a classmate for review if you have chosen a classmate. If you have chosen a classmate as the evaluator, that classmate will need to review the documentation for accuracy before they submit the documentation to the instructor for review and acceptance or denial. For how to enter additional skills, please watch the additional videos on how to enter skills in the Platinum Planner section of the Paramedic YouTube page.